Warning: Josh is not an expert in any of the crap he talks about. He simply uses his head and does a lot of research so you, the audience, don't have to. Keep in mind, he doesn't know everything, so take the he says with a grain of salt. What's going on, everyone? This is Josh from Josh Said What, the podcast that'll change the world. And once again, I have on here with me my good friend, Patrick Baughman, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. It's good to see you, man. It's been a few weeks here.
I know. It's been a crazy few weeks, too. Not only that, but you're coming off of a W. Is that right?
Yeah. Back, when was it? When was the fight? May 15th, 14th?
Yeah.
May 14th. So a little over a month now, almost 2 months. But yeah, man, I got the W back at Rough 47 down in Phoenix.
Yeah. And it was a fucking righteous W, too. It was a 45-second first-round TKO. Is that right?
That's right, brother. Yeah, it felt good, man. I needed that one, especially after the March fight. Kind of restore some confidence and put another W back on the record. So what am I? I'm 2-2 now. So yeah, I'm all tied up.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. Not only that, for the fans, we got a little celebratory shot for you,
right.
too.
Yeah, this one's a little bit late. So we're going to go ahead and hit it at 9 in the morning, but I'm good with that.
Fuck it.
I've been through this. Cheers, bro.
Yeah. And cheers, man. Congrats.
Thank you, sir. Yummy. Ooh. Warm. Love it.
Ooh. I'm actually surprised I took that so well. That was my first time ever doing Fireball.
Well, you don't want to make a face on camera, man. This shit's live, right?
Bro, you remember Moose from when he was out at Rough 47? He has the Afterthought show. He had me do a shot of Jameson at the bar. I'd never done Jameson before. And so he recorded it too. He posted on his Instagram.
I think I saw this.
Yeah, and I took the shot, and you just see me quickly duck my head behind Moose, and I'm just like struggling.
Yeah, I remember this video, actually. I think I commented on it.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I inhaled like half the shot, but I was able to pull it through just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk more about it. You fought May 14th against Matthew Stanger. It was going to be a guaranteed stand and bang, and you guys did exactly that, and you got the W. How'd you feel going into it?
Well, I really felt good, man. I think physically, I felt the best that I have as far as the prep for the fight. Mm-hmm. Just all the different training that I had done for this fight. And what I had worked on since the last fight in March felt really good as far as training physically. Mentally, I don't think I was as confident mentally going into this fight with Matt as I was the one with Bradley back in March, which some people don't find it hard to believe because I was more evenly matched with Matt. But I don't know. The guy was just weird, man. The guy's a character. He fucking friend requested me like the day we got matched. I was like, what the fuck do I do here? Do I say yes? Do I say no? What's up? But no, we ended up being friends on Facebook, and he's a good dude, man. What can I say? He's all about this shit, which I love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really think that guy gives a fuck. Like, he'll go in there and fucking fight anybody, I think. So I don't think he was afraid of me at all. Even after the knockout, I don't think he's afraid of me. You know what I mean? Like, he's just that type of guy. But definitely surprising. He's a little bit quicker, more kind of like more fluid than I thought he would be. You know, I thought he would be all stiff in there, especially coming off such a long break of fighting.
Yeah.
And he did have to move up weight classes to fight me. He normally fights at 185. So
okay.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, man. He took that fight at my weight class, so he had to, put on a few extra pounds just to be able to make that weight, which it may not seem like a lot of weight, but at the same time, man, when you're used to, like me, for example, I pretty much walk around. I mean, I live at 209. Like that's, It doesn't matter like how hard I train, how much weight I lose. I still stay at around 210 pounds. So if I were to like gain a bunch of weight for a fight or lose a bunch of weight for a fight, it changes you so much physically of what you're used to. So being that it was pretty short notice, and he did have to gain weight and kind of get ready for it, then hats off to him for that. So appreciate you taking that fight, Matt.
Yeah.
He was a really cool dude, honestly. Like I mentioned this in the episode that I'm still publishing by mentioning it. Like I felt a little bit like unsure, like because he was wanting to interview, and then I interviewed him during the pre-fights, and like unsure, like the bias since I'm with you, didn't want to play favoritism, but then I'm also working with MMA Stalker, so I was like feeling a bit awkward. But he's such a cool dude. He was so chill, so easy to talk to. He just seemed laid back and just ready to do anything, have fun.
Yeah, he's all about it, man. And you said you're coming up to Lake Havasu, Matt. I don't know, I haven't seen you up here yet, bro. I think he's scared or something. I don't know. might be scared to come hang out and drink too much. I don't know.
Exactly. We're calling you out, man.
Yeah, come up to Lake Havasu, brother.
Yeah. No, it was. Now, not only that, but this time too, you were a sponsor for Rough Nation, and you had your logo all over the cage. How'd you like that?
Yeah, that was the coolest part, man. Rough 47 was lit, and that was probably the best part of it. Just walking through, before the fights, and just taking a look at all the media work that Rough has done, and now that we're sponsors of the Rough events, we got our logo everywhere, and it's just dope, man. It's like it feels like a bit of an accomplishment. I mean, I'm not too much weight behind it because essentially all I'm doing is handing them money and they're printing my logo everywhere. But to be able to sponsor my own fight was dope.
Yeah.
To be able to watch the pay-per-view afterwards and see my company, going out there and supporting me was dope, because hopefully one day I'm still fighting and then I don't have any control over what's going on here, and they're still sponsoring me. Yeah. What I mean? Yeah, they still want to sponsor me. So
that'd be the life.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
That was definitely a cool thing, man. And I'm still a sponsor, so I'm gonna look forward to, even though I'm not fighting on the next Rough, which I'm sure we're gonna talk about here, but even though I'm not on the next card, I'm still gonna sponsor. Still going down there. This week, actually, I start back training, not myself, but mostly helping out the guys at Bridge City Combat, getting ready for their events. Just helping them spar, whatever I could do. So.
Yeah. So in August 6th will be Rough 48, and then we're gonna have over at Bridge City, we're gonna have Devin Ray. He's gonna come back off that fucking dominant first round submission. Like I don't call that even a rear naked choke, because the way that he got the head kick, he slammed him, and then it was like a neck crank, and the dude just couldn't take it.
No, they need to ban Devin, man. There's no way. Or what's up? They need to like really figure out this matchmaking for that kid, because I mean,
He's
there's no way we
threat.
could be putting these poor souls in front of him like that again.
And the dude was a kickboxer too. I was so shocked the fact that Devin caught him with the head kick against a kickboxer. I was like, damn, that was badass.
Devin Ray, man, good job, brother. He really is the definition of a well-rounded MMA guy. Like his base, and it's a solid base, is wrestling for sure. That is his forte. But he's a great striker, man. Like he's fun to spar because he's always challenging himself, always changing it up. And he's just he's really well rounded. So exciting to see that win back in May, and definitely excited to see some upcoming fights for him. And not only him, but Brandon Elizondo. His ass beasted the last fight. He did take a loss, but it was such a phenomenally better performance than the fight before that. And not only was it better on your part, bro, but his opponent was much better. His opponent, who was it? Mark Coates? What was it?
It was
no, it wasn't Mark.
Yeah, Mark. He fought Rafael Montini.
Yeah,
I forget the guy's name, but he's also going to be fighting on Rough 48.
Yeah, it was his debut too, right?
Yeah,
he was really good, man. And he was physically more dominating than Brandon, and I think it's because he's an older guy. He's a little bit more built. Brandon's a little bit younger. So he was definitely stronger, but Brandon really did some really, really good things in the first round to stop some takedowns, and just had a fucking great fight, man. I mean, he really fought. So very proud of him also. Even if he didn't get the win, he still went out there and upheld the reputation of British City Combat, and the training and shit that's going on there with the MMA guys. So hats off to Brandon. And then hopefully I'm the cursed one, it would be Trenton fighting. Hopefully Trenton's fight goes through, and it's actually it actually stays on the schedule, because that is somebody I always want to see fight, man. Like,
yeah,
I don't care. I could quit tomorrow, but I'll still want to be going to Trenton's fights well into the future, because he definitely is somebody much like Devin that has a great future in MMA for sure.
Yeah, and isn't he coming off of a head kick knockout in the first round at like WFC?
What is he, 2-0? So I know his first one was a head kick knockdown. I don't know how he finished the second guy.
I know it was a first round knockout. That's the one I do remember. I just forget how.
Maybe it was a head kick.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was, man, because he sneaks those in there because he's again just like all these guys. They're all wrestling, So
Yeah.
being that they're so quick and dangerous on the ground and to get you down to the ground, man, it makes stand up a whole different ball game when you have a wrestler standing in front of you, because now you as a stand up guy don't really have any confidence to play your game. So
exactly, the wrestlers they got
man.
that sneaky overhand right because you think that they're going to shoot for the takedown, but they just catch you over.
Yeah, but they wear singlets, so you know what I mean. Like the wrestlers, they're badass, but they wear singlets. So
that's awesome. And I remember I talked to Brandon after the fight at the bar, and I was telling him like, dude, your performance when he was standing up, he was actually piecing the guy up, and he was having some great exchanges. It was just the wrestling aspect that kind of caught him, and like there was a lot of situations too where I saw if he was just able to slip at least one of those underhooks, he could have prevented it going to the ground, and he would have just held it up. Yeah, he fought his ass off. He didn't let it go. He didn't let it end early. He kept it at least going to the distance, and he kept going. I told him straight up too. He did a badass job.
It really was. And speaking on his stand up, I spar Brandon quite a bit, and he's shorter than me. He's smaller than me. He doesn't have the reach, doesn't have the power, but he's got really solid technique, man. Really, really solid technique. I wish I had the skill set that he has at my size and strength. Obviously I wish I was his age too. I'd be a lot better off, but if I had his skill set, I think I would just kind of like work on my conditioning at that point. Whereas like right now I still want to develop some kicks and different techniques, whereas like, nah, every time I spar Brandon, he's creative, he's quick, he's a fighter, man. Like even if he's getting pieced up by me, and I keep touching his face or whatever, he doesn't shy away. He comes in, man. He's really tough. So that is something that somebody's gonna find out one day. I'm telling you, somebody in there is gonna experience a stand up with Brandon.
Yep, it'd be a great matchup if like Jason over at Rough Nation, he found somebody that was just the same, that was gonna try to stand up and just get in those exchanges, get in the pocket, work those combos, and then I feel like we'll definitely see like a really good version of Brandon in that situation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that event was just absolutely crazy. Like that was the first event that we did. I was just in the background the entire time, but then the second one, you saw me. I was just right next to the cage with my camera, just recording.
Yeah, you were busy that night, dude. You were fucking busy, dude. I mean, was awesome. You were like, helping with doing the stuff for my fight and the cornering and all that, and just running around, fucking taking photos and doing videos for MMA Stalker. That was good to see, man. You were definitely busy.
Yeah, it's still I've been loving to tell this story like straight up at my work when I get people that come in and out, and if there's people from Phoenix, I'll just start the conversation and I'll say about how like especially after Devin's fight, I just have my camera, I'm walking around the cage, and with the crowded areas, I'm just come on, let's fucking go, trying to get that crowd reaction. It was so awesome.
Yeah, that shit's underrated, man. That shit is so needed, and it's definitely I like seeing it, so I appreciate that, man. You got a good vibe, and especially when we're down there in the moment. And then just because you said that, CJ, one of the guys at Rough, he was going fucking crazy. Didn't the stage fuck up that night or something?
Yeah, twice. There was one of the beams underneath it collapsed in on two different occasions. So it was like, bro. But
as he was fixing that or whatever, just to amp the crowd, he was running around screaming and shit too. That shit was motivating.
Yeah, I saw he had like a little GIF made of it where it just shows him, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was so awesome. I'm hoping, my goal is for this next event, I want to do an interview with CJ in the octagon. That would be sick.
That would be cool, man.
That would be sick. I called him out in the last episode. I'm going to call you out again, man.
Do it. Time's ticking.
Yeah, exactly. Man, no, it was just wild. And then I don't know if you want to jump into, because you're originally going to fight August 6th on Rough 48. but then you ended up having your injury, correct?
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't heard or whatever from any of my posts, but let's see, the fight was May 14th. I want to say like around early June. I was up at Lucero Jiu-Jitsu with my buddy Mike, and just kind of going hanging out with those guys and just doing some no-gi shit. And my fucking left knee popped, man. Like I didn't know what it was. I thought it just kind of like literally popped to like relieve itself, but sure enough, I tore my MCL that night in my left leg. And then because of everything I experienced with that, I realized, fuck, dude, I've had a torn right MCL for months and months and months and months that I just pretty much trained through the injury, which is good and bad. It never healed 100%. So like now I haven't done anything MMA related for since June. So about a month and about 5 weeks, I've done nothing but wear really, really robust braces and just kind of work out strength building and all that. Yeah. And they both feel phenomenally better than what I remember my knees feeling like in the middle of all this training and fighting.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm finally starting to get more of my flexibility back. Yeah. And just shit that was affecting me before is starting to go away. They don't feel 100% by any means. I'm getting back to the point now where I can shadow box, I'd say at 70%, 80% shadow boxing. I mean, I'm not like doing full turns. I'm not rotating my hips 100% because I don't want to put too much stress on my knee joints by torquing on them too much. So I'm literally just kind of milking it, really, to be honest, like more than I'm used to, because it's hard for me to do. It's hard for me to sit still, man. Yeah. So when I'm like fucking injured, it sucks, man. I get pretty upset with myself. But this is a little bit different. I do need the break and I do need to heal. So I think that by the time I'm done with this process, you'll see me at 205 pounds, but a much different look. Like I think I'll be bigger, stronger, good, faster, and just all healed up, man, ready to fucking go.
Hell yeah. When do you think that you feel you'll be ready to go? Like, do you think you'll maybe have a chance to step in like towards the end of this year or maybe the beginning of next year?
I'm thinking before the end of the year, I should get one more fight. Okay. So I'm not going to rush it. Let's see. What is it? It's just beginning of July right now. Yeah. So July, all of August. All of July and all of August, I don't think I'll even think about MMA. Like I'll literally not even think about it. I'll just keep eating right and not being a piece of shit and going to the gym every damn day just to stay in shape. And then at the end of August, I'll start looking into training again. And then at least I need one more month to get back into it to see what I want to do. The big thing is if they don't heal correctly, I'll need surgery. And if I need surgery, there's no fucking way I'm going to go amateur fight again. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to put the time and money into surgery and then go blow it all by taking a kick in round one of a fight I trained for 3 months and then it's over. It's like, yeah, I mean, I'll still train, but yeah, it just depends, man. So
you'd feel like if it does resort to that point where you have to get the surgery, you wouldn't want to fight anymore?
I feel like that would be my decision right now because I don't know anything about the timeline. Actually, I talked to Matt Stenger, my last opponent, and he had MCL injury, and he ended up having to have surgery, and he was even out for like a year with surgery. So I'm like, maybe I didn't have as severe as I thought or being told, to where if I just take it easy, I will be all good in a year, but I don't want to take a fucking year, you know? Yeah. Holy shit. A year.
That's a long time.
It's a way long time. Like what they feel like now compared to the week or two after I tore this one is night and day. So I just feel like I need to just keep building strength and taking it easy, and just at least for the next few months. But I think I'll be all right, man. I think I'll be back to normal as far as that goes, and I'll be, like I said, even stronger and faster. And then just at least one more fight this year. Yeah. No, hell yeah. That's the goal. It kind of depends on how rough schedules them. Like, what is this? August 6th is 49 or 48?
It'll be 48, and then I know they're going to be looking to do a kickboxing event October, which I'm actually trying to get Dustin on. Okay. And then they're doing Rough 49, and then they also have a Road to Rough I think it's a Road to Rough tournament going on. So
I
their
saw
first
that.
ever. So I think there'll be an event August, October, and I think November.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I think at some point I can jump in one of those. I don't want to do too early, but I also don't want to wait too long.
yeah.
Because I mean, I was on a roll, man. I was feeling good physically, mentally, and then this shit. And I'm just like, fuck,
Yeah.
I kind of want to take a break. I'm not gonna lie. I just kind of want to fucking, not have to go to training every goddamn night. But now I'm like itching to get the fuck back there. Like it's been too long. It's been 5 weeks. I feel like a fat sack of shit, dude. I need to get off my ass and go train.
Yeah, for real. What was today's Friday? Wednesday was the first day I finally got back over to Fiors because I was on like a 4 or 5 month layoff just because I had so much stuff going on, and then I'm now 3 weeks into going back into lifting, and I've just been going like 6 days a week. And Wednesday I did Jaime's boxing class.
Yep, saw that.
Oh my God. I was me, Dustin, and I think his name is Danny. We were just drenched in sweat. Like it was like a small little river running through the pads. It was bad, but we were just going at it nonstop. Dustin, I was actually very impressed with Dustin because I've never done a class with him before. And he was the only one that wasn't constantly going to drink water. He was the one that was working the hardest, and especially on the bag too. Me and Danny, we were just kind of like constantly having issues trying to keep our breath. And him, he's just going.
Yeah.
And I was like,
man.
damn.
Hopefully he can get a fight in this year too, even if it's just kickboxing. I know that's definitely what he prefers, because I think his baseline is karate, man. He's got some phenomenal kicks. Yeah, that's always a killer. Those classes, especially just straight boxing.
Yeah.
And especially down in Fiore's Endorphin Factory, it's like a sauna in that motherfucker sometimes. So
yeah, and he purposely turns the AC off, so he really gets you a sweat going.
Yep, we know how to do it, man. That's how it started.
Yeah, exactly. I weighed myself the morning of Wednesday. I was at 174.5, and then I went to the gym to go lift. I did deadlifts, squats. I did bicep curls and like 3-4 other workouts. That was just a blend of back, upper body, and my legs. And then I go to boxing class, and then I weighed myself afterwards. I was down to like 171.5.
Oh, yeah.
So I just sweated all that off.
Hell yeah.
God, it's great though being back in the gym. I always say, and I was actually on the other podcast I'm doing now, Throwing Hands on ASAP Sports Network. Marky Mark Coates was on it, and we were both just vibing, saying it's like, yeah, it's almost training is like a therapy. That's like meditation.
For sure. Yeah, it's when it boils down to it, man. I'm 34 years old, no kids, no wife, no family. So I got a lot of free time when you take all that away. Obviously, I own a couple businesses, so that takes a lot of my time and this and that and third. But ultimately, it comes down to hobbies, filling all that void. And yeah, it's just a therapy. Like it is so needed. Not only is it a therapy because it's constructive, you're focused doing it, but it's a relief. It's an outlet for frustrations, man.
Yeah.
Not saying that I look forward to sparring these guys so I could beat their fucking ass, but it's just being able to just let loose a little bit and kind of let some aggression out, especially in jiu-jitsu or especially in some of the wrestling shit that we do in there. It just really helps, mentally. It's good for us, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like even just like regular gym workouts and lifting, that only does so much. But like you go into the gym and then you hit the bag, you do some sparring, just the difference in the mindset too of working out. I just love it because you get to let out that aggression or that frustration. You have a constructive way to let it out. And then it also teaches you the discipline, how to persevere through adversity, strengthen your will and everything. And it's just hands down, it's the reason why I fell in love with the sport.
Yeah, definitely. There's something to be said about just the differences of combatives versus normal athletic sports and all those weightlifting or whatever. But yeah, I don't see myself ever really stopping contributing to this, to my own growth as far as martial arts go. I'd always want to constantly be learning, even if I'm not in a dedicated class setting. Just being a part of some of these organizations and knowing some of the people that are working and helping out, at least in our community, you know, and in that industry is enough for me, I think. But yeah, it's something that it's like, I think if I had to choose, like whether I keep, you know, lifting weights or doing any type of athletic type of shit, that I would want to be focused on martial arts, you know, as much as possible. And then once I do have a family, pass that type of, I guess, passion down to my kids, hopefully. You know, we'll see. We'll see if they're into that type of shit. Maybe they just want to play damn computer games all day or something. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, I love them.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do too with my kids, because I would love just the way that I saw martial arts growing up, like just growing up watching Jet Li and Fearless, watching Jackie Chan, Ung Bak, and all this stuff. Like that was what introduced me into it. Yeah. And then just growing up with UFC, the UFC games and everything. And it's just the overall process, the grind of it, and just the workouts alone for it. It's like it creates a different breed of a person, because lifting and just doing normal cardio is drastically different versus how your cardio and how your strength works when in actual applying it in wrestling and jiu-jitsu,
absolutely,
or in standing and clinch. Because like I forget who it was, but there was this one guy that I did some wrestling with, and he and we had gone to the gym together at one point, and I was benching more than him, same with deadlift and squat and everything. But then when we got into the gym, because of his wrestling background, he just kept on getting a hold of me and kept on bringing me to the ground.
Yeah.
So it's like, what you do lifting wise, it really doesn't, it could translate somewhat, but it's just a difference between the type of adversity you face in MMA when you're in that situation.
Definitely, yeah. I agree 100% with what you said, man. People don't realize, you could be a big, tough-looking guy, but I mean, that just means you can get knocked out quicker, man.
Exactly. Exactly.
You still need the skill set. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's so awesome. And then, I was going to bring it up. It just popped in my head. It still cracks me up. I've been showing people, too, the video of where I was just screaming "It's time" in the middle of the cage. That was awesome. That was a dream of mine to do that.
Josh Buffer.
God, that was awesome. That was so funny, too, your comments. Like, you got kicked for Rich Franklin out of the shot to do it.
Yeah, that was that was a YouTube video you posted. Yeah, you told him to fucking move. hey, could you just move real quick? I know you guys are talking right now.
Yeah, I felt so bad, and I was like,
I don't think you felt bad at all. It like didn't even faze you.
I know.
It's like you didn't even give a shit that was Rich Franklin, bro. Like, hey, can you fucking move so I could do this or what? It's for the gram, Rich.
Exactly. Like the entire time I was at the event, I was like, I want to do it. Because I've been wanting to just do that single thing for at least like 10 years now. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the person that's going to regret later for not doing it. Just fuck it. I'll do it. And then I ended up doing it like towards the very end, and it was well worth it.
No, you won't regret that, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was a epic night. And you see like Moose, he was in the shot, and he's like, wow. And then you see Bro from MMA Stalker in the background.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was awesome. Now I'm really excited for Rough 48 and everything that's going to be in store for there.
Yeah, make sure you guys check that out, man. Even though me personally, I won't be on the card, there's plenty of other Lake Havasu City locals, fighters out of Bridge City Combat that will be down there, and we talked about them earlier. But even if they weren't, man, just this is the event in itself. We are sponsors, so we'd like to attend and make our presence known. So we'll definitely be down there and looking to hang out, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, exactly. I plan on doing, hopefully I could get enough time in, but I'm hopefully going to try to get in like as much promoting around town here as possible.
For sure.
Literally the post that I did for us at the last event, after the weigh-ins, the video that I recorded in that hotel room, that got like over 1,500 views in less than 12 hours. And then the other post afterwards where I had the pictures of you, of Devin, and the announcement, and I just posted it all over Facebook. That shit had over 6,000 views. It had hundreds and hundreds of likes, shares, saves, and everything. It literally, the amount of views that it got here in Lake Havasu was more than 10% of the city's total population.
I think you got so many views on that because you used a cover photo of me flexing, man.
Exactly.
Pretty sure
that was the money shot.
I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it now.
No,
No,
yeah, I
no,
guarantee it was the money shot.
No, I think it was just the vibe, man. The whole night, we had a couple wins coming out of our city, and they were big wins. They were phenomenal wins. It was just a good showing for our city, and AE, our local gun manufacturing company here, was sponsors. So it was just a good vibe, man. It's a good time.
It was a great time. Yeah, and it was just wild to see everything, and just the fact that it's like a lot of people don't really think about it, but like Havasu, it has a pretty big fan base for martial arts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here that really, really loves the sport.
Yeah, I don't know why we don't have any promoters trying to host events out of Lake Havasu City.
I plan on putting, and I think I already mentioned it before, but trying to put a bug in Ruff's ear, see if they could post an event out here, because I mean, the mayor, he's the manager of the London Bridge Resort.
Yeah, we have the London Bridge in our city. I don't know if you guys realize that, but it is a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
Lake Havasu City is definitely on the map. So the only thing is we don't have any correct venues. There's no indoor option. Period.
Yeah, you'd have to set it up.
You would have to set it up. And any of the sizable venues, just they don't work as far as the layout and the way that the building itself is designed. So we'd be looking at doing like an outside option, and that for sure could work. I mean, especially during the summer. I mean, if you start fights at 5 p.m., it's a little bit warm still, but it's perfect. It's not gonna get too cold. It's not gonna be rainy or nothing like that. So
yeah, and I've seen other promotions too. They will just be in a completely empty parking lot, and they'll just set up in this massive tent and just get everything inside, set it up. And the swap meet over on the back roads, I feel like that would be a perfect location, because it's big enough area that you could set up in a tent, a full area. And then for all the fighters and everybody that comes to watch the fights, you have the London Bridge, which last October was the 50th year anniversary that it was shipped over here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was the entire channel. The island was completely man-made just for the bridge.
Right.
Yeah, we got that. You got the channel, the lake itself. There's all types of stuff here, and it would be just absolutely awesome if we had a promotion here doing a fight event.
I'd like to see an MMA event on the island, man.
Yeah.
In the grassy park right there, Rotary Park. And or Sarah Park it's called, or whatever it's called. But there's a dog park and then open area, and it's just right by the channel. But that would be cool, man. I think that would help with some local stuff going on here, and people would be interested in watching that. I know they've done a few of them here in town, or at least one of them back in the day. Somebody hosted one.
Over at the Aquatic Center. Yeah.
So I think that would be awesome, man. I'd look forward to that. But besides that, if anybody could lock on another Parker fight, or even Laughlin, you have the same situation to where you're gonna get a lot of locals to. I'm confident that myself, I could probably sell 100 tickets, no problem.
Yeah.
100. I could sell 100 tickets locally just by myself. So I'm thinking our gym could probably sell 300 tickets. You know what I mean? Like, no problem.
Yeah. And there's actually Rough 49 is going to be in Parker, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so far what I've been told. I don't know about the date yet, but looking forward to that one. That might be the one I step back in on, is Rough 49 down in Parker.
Yeah, hopefully. And plus, it's only going to be a 45 minute drive, so you won't have to deal with that 3.5 hour drive and the lag from it and everything. It'll be a hell of a lot easier just to get everything done and knocked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yep.
So, yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's insane. I'd say 2022 has been a crazy year, hands down.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's going by real quick. We're only halfway through it, but we're keeping so busy the first half of the year. It's like, wow, we're already here halfway through, but now I have a feeling the rest of it's going to go by real slow for me. It already has. The last month has been pretty slow.
Yeah, I could definitely understand that, because you're itching to get back in there, because it's like even when you're in a training camp and you're in there day after day after day, once you start with a layoff or like a break, you just like your nerves start itching. You're like a workaholic that just needs to get back in, because you can't just sit there and do nothing.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to lose my edge. Cardio is a big part of it, or it's just the lack of training is just going to affect you. It's just, if you're not breathing as hard every day, then you're going to have a tougher time coming back. You got to get back into shape, quote unquote. So I want to stay as close to that line as possible without injuring myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I don't want to be so active that I'm like going to the fucking lake one day and I twist my knee coming down a hill or some bullshit because I just was okay. I'm not training hard, but I'm also over here doing too much. You know, I need to.
Yeah.
It's hard to just sit at home and not do shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically what I'm doing. So
yeah, that's what I was doing for like a good solid 4 or 5 months. And then I'm so glad I got back in the gym because it's just, you feel so more energized and just like you got so much more that you could do once you get in there and you get the habit going.
Feel rejuvenated. I mean, the break is necessary. Don't get me wrong. I'm living it up. Actually, I just went to Vegas the other night, which I don't ever do that. But my buddy was like, hey, do you want to go? I got to take my other buddy back to the airport. So we're just going to chill for the night. And that ended up being pretty damn fun. And something that definitely would never get accomplished if I'm in the middle of a training cycle. So, you know, not bad. Won $500 on the jackpot, so I'll take that.
Hey, there you go.
Keep going up there every night then.
There you go. Freaking at Rough 46, I was doing some gambling at the casino over at the Gila River Resort, and I was up like $200, and then but because I was like, you know what, I'll just keep trying. I ended up losing all of that. And I was like, damn, but it was still fun. It was like 2-3 in the morning. It goes down to 0, and I'm like, fuck, I'm an idiot. I should have just walked away.
No, we were playing blackjack, and the dealer paid me out the $500, and I put that in my pocket and just kept playing with the rest of the. Oh yeah. I told myself, I can go down to 0 now. Like if I go to 0 with all this in front of me, I'm cool because I still have $500 in my pocket that's all brand new, never touched. So it was cool. She handed me a bunch of chips, and I just put all 5 in my pocket, and then kept playing with the rest of the shit on the table, and then I think I eventually lost all that and then went and cashed out.
Nice.
So I was probably bought in at $150 and walked away with 5, so about $350.
Nice. There you go. That's awesome. But yeah. And then I know you've been up to other stuff too. I think I saw you have a new business, right? You're renting out canopies and whatnot.
Yeah, actually. So some guy here in town, Jesse Clark, started it. It's called Byob Cabana Rentals, and you know, it was up and running, doing good, and then he had an issue with the city not approving him to do certain things. So I ended up buying it from him, and I'm actually waiting right now to get the approval from the city for my license with my name on it. And there's certain stipulations, like they don't want me delivering the cabanas down to the channel, and they don't want me helping people set them up. And
really?
Yeah. So I've been talking with a couple of city guys over there, and you know, they're gonna approve the license as a, you know, just go ahead and approve it. But then there's restrictions. We can't do certain things. What time is it, bro?
It is 9:47.
Gotcha.
If you want, we can wrap it up if you want.
Yeah, we need to. But yeah. So Cabana Rentals, it's not quite full blown, but I can definitely still rent them out at this point. And there'll be obviously more word passed on that as soon as I get everything finalized. We'll start promoting it and all that. I don't do any promotion of it. I just kind of have everything going, but not really pushing it too much. So, but pretty simple. Just rent some cabanas, some chairs, tables, ice chest, like a grill, Bluetooth speaker. Just kind of have a good time. The idea was to be able to set it up for you and take it down for you. So there's, you know, no muss, no fuss, and you just pay us our fee and we go on our way. But now the city's kind of like, well, you can't deliver it to the beach. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I think that's kind of weird.
Doesn't fucking Domino's deliver pizzas down to the beach?
Yeah.
Are you going to call Domino's and stop them from delivering to the beach like Havasu City administrators? Yeah, I didn't think so. So I don't know what the big deal is about a veteran, right? A veteran that served this country. You're gonna stop me from making money for my family? Come on, man. That's not right. Don't do that. Did you hear that? Lake Havasu City administrators are purposely denying United States Marine Corps veterans their rights, right? I'm just kidding. It's not that serious, but we're gonna win, man. I'm gonna get my way, and we're gonna eventually be doing business the way that we should be doing business without any restrictions from the city. And you can mark my words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. For sure. And then I know you got people here, so I'll go and wrap it up. So,
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, man, for coming on. I'm glad we were able to get that shot in.
Yeah, brother.
There we go. If I could reach out. But no, it was awesome. Great. I'm glad we're back here again. Hopefully we'll do this again for sure.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate the time.
Yeah, and thank you guys so much for watching. This is Josh Said What, the podcast that'll change the world. Like, share, subscribe, yada, yada, yada.
All
do
that.
everything.
Comment,
everything.
too.
Exactly. And we'll see you in the next one.